Speaker?
Our last speaker, Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Echo Victor.
Welcome, Kilo. I won't do it. Go ahead.
Kilo Oscar 6, Charlie Echo Victor, as of last December. I'm here to encourage anyone out there who is a ham radio enthusiast to get involved in your local community. I do not represent any particular agency. I am a freely independent ham radio operator. And I was able to make contact with Cypress PD person who's in charge of volunteers who are volunteering to help out in the radio portion with the Baker to Vegas run coming up on the 23rd, 24th, which is a phenomenal nationwide law enforcement people come here to Pahrump, Nevada is part of where I'm meeting up with people. And there's a lot of sections where cell phone coverage is just nil. There's none. So any ham radio operator is welcome to volunteer to help with that. You don't have to belong to a particular organization. My husband and I are both going to be helping out. It's going to be our first time. We're both very excited about it. And I also wanted to point out, back in the olden times, if you're not a ham radio operator and you might find it interesting, or if you're running a Boy Scout troop, Girl Scout troop, it would be a great badge to acquire. In the old days, you used to have to know Morse code to get your license. You don't have to do that anymore. It's not a requirement. My husband wanted me to point out that in the movie 127 Hours, the fellow that wound up cutting off his arm because he was stuck in a crevasse in the middle of nowhere, he reached a point where he could no longer scream for help. There was no one to hear him, but he couldn't keep screaming. But if you have a whistle, you can do 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. That's S.O.S. Everyone recognizes that. You could go be totally exhausted and you could still blow a whistle. So if nothing else, teach your kids how to blow S.O.S. on a whistle. If they ever wind up in a bad spot, they can't keep yelling for help. They can blow a whistle. But I'm just really impressed with all the law enforcement. This has been like the 36th year, I believe. I'm not an expert of the Baker to Vegas run. It's 120 miles through the desert, and they have various legs in the journey, and they pass the baton to each other. And I just can't wait to be as whatever support I can offer them. So with that, 73, y'all.
Thank you, Katie.
Actually, I'm interested to find out. I never heard an SOS on the whistle. Since you have the whistle, can you demonstrate that?
It's a cheap whistle, and I'm not good, and I'm nowhere near the microphone. Yeah.
Great.
It's what the Titanic did, trying to reach the other radio operator from the Californian. And there's a long story that I can't really say I know for sure, but the message was not received, was not relayed, and that's part of what happened, that so many people were not rescued.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. And somebody want to let the police department know we're okay? All right, so public comments on